In a year when just about everyone was counting them out, myself included, the Toronto Raptors continue to stick around and epitomize the word team. More than the sum of their parts, playing together. Fred VanVleet, career high 36 points today, 7 of 12 from 3, 13 of 13 from the free throw line. How did he make a huge jump? How good of a coach is Nick Nurse making things like this? Just automatic, smart reads on the middle drive by Siakam. Watch Marc Gasol, the great hammer flare screen, get VanVleet a corner three. I'll talk about what a great coach Nick Nurse is, why he's my coach of the year. Is it Kyle Lowry, non-stop heart, hustle, leading the NBA in charges? Is it the culture as a whole, the team defense? VanVleet goes to double Jimmy Butler on the baseline drive. Rotate to Olynyk. Rotate to Jay Crowder. Kick VanVleet out of the post on Bam. So Ibaka, bigger body, can come over and guard him. Communicate. Two guys go with Crowder on the cut. Okay, that's a mistake. Cover for each other. Siakam, rotate, close out to Hero. Powell, be in the gaps. Lowry, come help at the rim. Even though he makes this, that's great team defense. How are the Raptors still this good? Let's take a deep look using today's clutch win over the Miami Heat to take a look at how the Raptors are still so great. I was pretty high on Fred VanVleet. As you can see, coming into the season, he was the top of my list of who could win most improved player this season. He was also on my list of I didn't know he was this good this season players, but he continues to amaze. Kind of absurd, honestly. There's not more most improved player talk. Plenty of guys in the league average 11 a game off the bench on 41% shooting. The next season to go to 17.5 a game, shoot the same percentage on 5 more shots a game, nearly 7 assists. His leap has been phenomenal. Again, look at the 50-50 balls. Marc Gasol with the tip out. This team will out-hustle you. They will play harder than you. And VanVleet just makes shots, makes plays, gets to the basket, finishes, gets to the free throw line. Honestly, Damian Lillard might be 1A, but 1B in terms of reminding me the way Steph Curry plays might be Fred VanVleet. So few guys in the league can stop like this on a dime against the drop coverage and pull up from three going in both directions. He's one of them. His growth has been unbelievable. Again, it's one thing to do it as a backup point guard. It's another to make this massive leap in usage to be essentially the focal point of the offense, right, with Pascal Siakam and Kyle Lowry, and shoot deep behind the screen here. You're going to switch onto him. You better switch with contact, be up into him, because 5 feet behind the line, he's still going to pull up. He has gotten so much better. It's obscene. Andre Iguodala, bigger elite defender, switched onto him, ended the shot clock. Solutions, off the dribble move. Look at the arc on that. When I talk about reminding me of Steph, he's got so many different off the dribble combination moves to get his shot off. Really remarkable. Siakam, you see, he's always going to put pressure on the defense, make two guys commit to him. That's what he does so well. Forces the second defender to come in. Now VanVleet's going to shot fake, drive. Now this is great offense. Force the defense to collapse. Kick out. Extra pass, unselfishness, contagious. Attack the basket on the long closeout. Norman Powell, another big leap this season. Nick Nurse, I mentioned what a great coach, how he's my coach of the year. Take nothing away from Billy Donovan, Budenholzer. Billy D's right there to me, but I think Nick Nurse is my winner. Look at this, end of the quarter, 3.3 seconds left. The tight curl on the side out of bounds play. Nicks off Ibaka's man just enough that there's a momentary confusion between Crowder and Bam. Who's going with the cutter? Who's going with Ibaka? Enough to free him up for a big three. Look at Nick Nurse, fist pumping to the sideline. I think I saw him even give one of the assistant coaches credit after that. Kyle Lowry, pull-up jumper in transition, big time. That's what he does. So clutch. No coaching there. Good coaching here. Delay action, so common in the league, not as common. So many teams like to load up defensively. Look at Miami. Tyler Hero's going to stay around the nail. Iggy's going to stay with a foot in the paint. So what do the Raptors do to counter that? Simple interchange. Look at OG. Cut through like he's exchanging with Powell. Forces Iguodala to take him cutting to the rim so he can't switch on to Hero's man, Norman Powell. Too late on the closeout. Clutch corner three. Little pin play for Siakam here. Doesn't work? Okay, keep playing. Kyle Lowry. This is how you play good team basketball. Shot fake. Make a second defender come to help. kick out for the three. Simple game. The Raptors, simple, fundamental basketball. Do it as well as anybody in the league. Marc Gasol came back from quarantine in great, great shape. Looks really good conditioning-wise. I think it's going to pay huge dividends for him in the playoffs. Pascal Siakam, one of the reasons Fred might get as much of the talk most improved is that the other unbelievable growth guy is on his same team in Siakam. Check out my video up at top. After the first game of the season, I made it saying that Pascal's going to be an MVP someday, and I absolutely stand by that. He is so talented. He's grown as much in year 4 as anybody in the history of the game. Came into the league just as a hustle player. Now as a guy you can almost run an offense through, makes threes from all over the place. Another example, great coaching, end of quarter. So few teams, so many teams just run ISOs. Look at this misdirection set. Matt Thomas is going to stand here in the corner. The Heat, it's going to look like they're playing zone. Really, they just playing man, fall asleep for a second. Watch Hollis Jefferson and Powell cross underneath the basket. Crowder's trying to go with his man. Hero falls asleep for a second and loses Powell. Ibaka up at top is going to dive out of like a decoy high pick and roll, dive to the basket. So Olynyk thinks he has to stay and help on the pick and roll for a second. Dragic again, he's guarding Matt Thomas in the corner. So what does VanVleet do? A little hesitation, dribble, all this misdirection, all this movement. Watch Serge Ibaka dive right down the middle of the paint. His man leaves him just long enough to get him a layup into the quarter. This play is beautiful. Again, watch the crosses underneath. Great execution by VanVleet. Big time play. And then against a mismatch, so many teams want to just pull it out, dribble, 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 ISO, ISO, ISO. How about instead attack him, get to the gap, force a long closeout. Kyle Lowry then attacks the closeout. Goaltending. Miami had to end up trapping VanVleet late in the game, trying to get the ball out of his hands. Look at him. Ride out the double team, turn the corner, jump in the air to make that hard skip pass to the corner. Not an easy pass by any means to make. Siakam, like I said, so improved, shooting the ball all over the floor. Phenomenal handles post-game. Another great set here by Nick Nurse. So many teams in the league run this hammer action. What I love about the Raptors version of it, VanVleet, you're going to see, is going to come to this hammer, but for some reason, this screws up teams all the time. They always have him exchange again here with Powell, which you see, Iguodala hero just for a second. Iguodala's thinking, am I switching? Am I staying? And that's just enough to get a little bit of separation for the hammer. Almost to work for VanVleet. All right, doesn't have a shot, keeps the ball moving. Unselfish. Ibaka, keep the ball moving. Go set a ball screen. 2 on the ball, just long enough for Powell. Long closeout, shot fake, drive it, floor spread. Everybody dribble, pass, shoot. Skilled basketball, attack the rim, get to the basket, dump off passes. Unselfishness is contagious, like I said. And then defensively, what do? No magic button, no special trick. They play harder. Harder, harder, harder. Look at the switch with contact. Look at Norman Powell. Hug your man. Touch him. Switch with contact. Help on the drive. Stunt to Crowder. Cover. Cover for each other. They fly around defensively every single possession. Kyle Lowry, active hands. Look at that. Jumping, 2 hands on the ball. Get the 50-50 ball again. Use your defense to power your offense. Let Siakam get out and run. Kyle Lowry makes a mistake here. Had the back cut. Ibaka threw it. But you know what? He didn't stop playing. How about you sprint back? Don't get mad at Ibaka. Don't get mad at yourself. How about you got a block instead? How many 6-footers get up there and get that block? Look at him. Pretty proud of himself after that. That's the stuff you love to see. I've seen so many teams play the Heat this season. And Duncan Robinson, Hero, they're elite shooters, but so many teams just let them come off screens, don't really touch them, let them have an easy game. Norman Powell, you watch him all game. His job for the Raptors is to touch these guys, touch them up, grab them. Might be a foul by the letter of the law. When I was around coaches, they used to say, make the refs call it every single time. They're not going to call a foul every time. Look at this, grabbing him. This is called a contact switch. Switch with physicality, not letting Duncan Robinson come off clean. Deny. Into the ball. Ball pressure. Up on the screen by Gasol. Fly at the shooter. Multiple efforts. That's what makes good defense. Defense is flying around, playing for each other. Not having a weak link. VanVleet, even though Jimmy Butler's got the size advantage, He doesn't get punked defensively. Look at Siakam in the gap, ready to help, down in a stance. That's big. Playing in a stance, switching. OG switching on blocking the shot, getting tackled. Again, Hero thought stuff would be easy for him. A lot of his rookie season's been pretty easy for him. Norman Powell bodying him. Shooters don't like this when they're getting roughed up, just trying to come off these little actions all game long. Getting banged into, getting ball pressure, getting a hand in their waist, throwing ball away nearly. Dragic having a hard time getting open. Ibaka switching onto him. Norman Powell getting a hand on the ball in the gap. Everybody staying in the stance. Siakam flying at the shooter. I don't know what the heck happened there, how that wasn't a travel. End up scoring. Still great defense again. Not letting the result impact them. Look at Norman Powell again. Heroes trying to bring the ball up. Look at him, make him work at half court. Staying in a good stance. Making him see bodies. Everybody down in a stance, ready to play. Again, now he tries to come off a pin down. Look at Powell. Again, touching him, staying into him, being physical. Hero loves to curl into these gaps. Look how many bodies he sees. Siakam down, stunning at the ball. Ibaka staying in there for a second. There's no gap to get into there. Who do you want shooting end of shot clock? Iguodala. That's great, great, great team defense. OG taking the challenge, picking up Bam full court. Making him work, making him work, making him work. You might not see the value in this, but you know what? Even though the ball goes out of bounds, he ran 10 seconds off the shot clock right there. So, same possession, what ends up happening? Bam has the ball with 2 seconds in the post, has to throw up this awkward shot. That's not his game. You make teams take a lot of time off the shot clock just trying to get the ball up. That's what happens. End of game here. Last second type plays. How about knowing your personnel, knowing tendencies? Great scouting. Jimmy Butler, a few times already this game, they ran this kind of face cut action from the corner where he tries to cut right in front of his man for a layup. Other teams, usually pretty easy. Look at Kyle Lowry knowing the play, jumping right in front of Butler's route like a good cornerback, getting his hand in there. Toronto ball despite being called Miami initially. And then the Heat with another chance, down 2. End the game. Last second. Spo, such a good coach on these plays. Look at Kyle Lowry fighting Jimmy Butler on the post-up. Eventually, they're going to get the ball to him. The action was to have Dragic set this back pick, and then they were trying to get him a slip right to the basket. Watch what happens. VanVleet is going to help for a second on Crowder, but he's not going to get tricked. He's going to not only catch up to Dragic, he's going to beat him to the ball. The reason this isn't a foul, if he had just checked Dragic right there, it's a foul, no question. But he beats Dragic to this ball. He basically, again, like a cornerback, knowing the route. He got to the ball first. That makes it a legal play. Tip the ball out, and then who wants it more? 50-50 ball. Toronto comes up with those two. How are they so good? A lot of heart, a lot of great coaching, a lot of player development. Phenomenal team, plays together every possession. Thanks for watching. Make sure you thumb up, subscribe. A lot more coming soon, a lot to catch up on.